Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to crochet this bikini top. And it's very simple. I have already crocheted a bikini bottom that goes with this, so if you have not yet seen that video, it will be in the description box below. I'll put the link in the description box below, but just for visual purposes for right now, this is the bikini bottom that I completed for it. This set here is a full coverage bikini set, and this is just for those of you who, if you're like me, don't like to wear something very revealing when you're at the lake, at the river, on the beach, or at the pool party. So this is for you guys. It has a really good coverage, especially for the back. And this is how it looks like. So this is going to be what we're making this to match. Okay, so I will put the link of this, like I said, in the description box below, so that you can click on that and be able to to be able to do one if you're looking to do one like this. Okay, and so this is what we're going to be working on for right now. So if you want to work, you don't have to work on them in this order. So if you want to just do the top for now, follow this tutorial right now, and if you want to do the bottom after, you can click on the link to get that video, or you could just stop this and then click on that and come back to this. But this is a set with that. Okay, all right, so let me go ahead and put this away, and we can go ahead and I will talk a little bit about what I'm using to create this, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so before we go ahead and get started with this bikini top, I'm going to show you the materials I used for it. So as you can see here, I have my yarn, which is the same color as the bikini bottom, exact same one. This is We Heart yarn, or We Love Her yarn, 100% cotton, and it's 50 grams for this one. And recommended hook size is between 3.5 and 4 millimeter crochet hook. This is color 23, or aka blue, as you can see here, and I got this from Hobby online. And as I showed in the previous video, I got these small skeins like this in a set of 8, and yeah, so they're all like this. So this is what I'm using for the project. And for crochet hook size, I'm using a 4.25 millimeter crochet hook, or G6 US, and it's just a preference. And also I use the same hook for the bikini bottom, so I will go with the same consistency to make the bikini top. I'm using my husband's scissors, which is why it's this dirty. He's a painter, so he has paint on everything he uses. I cannot find my scissors, so it's okay, it cuts well. And a tape measure in case you need to measure your project, okay, or your top. Okay, so I'm gonna be making a small for my bikini top, and as you know from the previous video for the bikini bottom, that is going to be a matching one for this bikini top. My bikini tops are always a smaller size than my bikini bottom because I have a little bit of a wider bottom. So I made a medium in the bikini bottom, and I'm gonna be making a small for the top. Okay, so let me get rid of everything and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with this project here. Like I said, I'm making a small, so I'm going to start with a foundation chain, and to do so, I'm going to do a slip knot first. So just go ahead and do a slip knot however you find it easy, or however you usually do it. And when you have your slip knot, I'm going to do a chain of 11, so it's 10 plus 1, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and then 11 for turning chain. This is for a small. If you're looking to do a medium, I would say add 2 more chains, 2 to 3 more chains. If you're doing a large, then you will also add 2 to 3 more chains. And so it would usually go from 10 to 12 to 14 to 16 depending on your size. Okay, all right, so now that I have my 11 chain here, 11 chains, in the 11th one being my turning chain, I'm going to pivot my work like this, and I'm going to skip this last chain here, which is why it's the turning chain. And in this second last here, I'm going to do a half double crochet in the back of that chain. Okay, so just something like that. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing in the next stitch, in the next chain. and I'm going to repeat this half double crochet throughout the row here. So I'm going to go along the row and complete it by doing the half double crochets in the back of the chain. Okay, so go ahead and do so and come back when you have reached the end. Okay, so I have my 10 stitches here. We skipped the 11th one, so I have 10 stitches that we have completed in the half double crochet. So as you can see, it looks like that. And then I'm going to start the second row, so I'm going to chain one and turn. Okay, and in the very next stitch right after you chain one, I'm going to go through both loops and do a half double crochet. Okay, just like that. Then I'm going to move on to the next and do a half double crochet, and then I'm going to continue to do this all along until I get to the end. So go ahead and do the same and meet me when you get to the end. Okay, so I have gone ahead and done 9 half double crochets here. I have my 10th one to go. So this is where we're going to start to work on this side as well. So for the 10th one here, I'm going to go ahead and do a regular half double crochet into that stitch. Okay, but I'm going to do 4 total, so I'm going to do a second one, then I'm going to chain one, and then add 2 more into the exact same stitch on top here. Okay, so this is where we're starting to create the corner of the triangle. Okay, now that I have that, I'm going to go into this stitch right here and do my regular half double crochet, just like that. And then I'm going to go into the second and do a half double crochet. By the way, for those of you who can't hear, I moved to the south of France about a month ago, and the one thing that was a complete shocker is this insect called seagull, and it makes quite a loud noise. I have my windows closed right now, but I can still hear it. So if I go just quite a little bit for a couple of seconds, you will hear it. And that is coming from quite a distance from here. It's not even close by. It's not right outside my window. So yeah, for those of you who have been or live in the south of France, that's a seagull for you. Anyway, so you continue to do this half double crochet stitches all the way until you do your very last one here. So go ahead and do that and then come back when you have completed that. Okay, so I have completed the second row. So as you can see, this is how my my bikini top looks so far, or the cup of the bikini top looks. And so this is my second. This is my first row, was the row that we did that was just a straight row, and then we did one complete row that went from here to here. So the way I usually count the rows is I don't actually count the base here. I count these as the first row. I'm gonna add another row and another row. And so for this, for my size, I'm also going to be doing a full coverage for the bikini top. If you want to do it not being a full coverage, then you can definitely, do less rows. But I am an A cup, so if I do, let's say, about 6 rows of this, it's gonna be a full coverage for me. For someone else who is maybe a B cup or even bigger, you may have very, very small coverage with it. So it's gonna be based on how you want the coverage to look. But I'm going to be doing about 6 rows, which is going to give me a full coverage, okay? And then we'll still have to do the border of the cup. So I'm gonna chain one here and turn, and I'm going to again continue to do the half double crochet just like we have been doing. You're just gonna go into both loops of each stitch and do your half double crochet. It's a very simple project here. As you know, you guys know, my motto is to do things as simple as possible, but they still look nice. Hence why, for those of you who are beginners, if you're looking to really learn how to crochet and not, you know, jump right into very complicated patterns and things like that, my channel is definitely dedicated for those kind of learners. Eventually I will start to show more complicated things, but I think for the majority of the videos, I'm going to be making very simple projects using very simple stitches like this one here. Okay, so yeah, just have double crochets until we get to the top again. So I'm going to be doing that, and then I have one more stitch here to go into. So it also increasing rows as you go. You're increasing the stitches, sorry, because you're doubling up on top here. So you're always making more and more stitches as you go around. So now that I have done that, I'm going to go into the center here. So you can see there's this gap here in the center, and I'm going to do my 4 half double crochets in there. So that's 1 and 2, and then I'm going to do chain 1 to create this gap here, and then I'm going to do 2 more half double crochets into the same stitch, just like that. Okay, so now you see that it has that top like this, and then we're going to move on and right into the next stitch right here. I'm going to do my half double crochet, and then just move on to the next stitch and do half double crochet, and we keep doing this again all the way until we get to the end of this row. So this would be my second row that is gone completed around like this, not counting the first row that is just a straight row. Okay, so I'm gonna have you guys repeat this until you get the size for your cup. So I'm doing about 6 rows, which is going to create a full coverage for an A cup. If you are a B cup, then make sure you're increasing the number of rows that you're doing to be able to have a full coverage, or you could do the same number of rows if you want a coverage that is less full, that covers less. Okay, so this is my 2 rows here. I have 4 more to go around like this, and when I have completed those 4, I will come back to show you how to do the border, and the border is going to be what it pretty much looks like what we did the bordering for the bikini bottom. Okay, but for now, continue the number of rows you require here, and then come back when you're satisfied with the size. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed my 6 rows of the cup here. So as you can see, this is pretty much how it looks like. It's the same on both sides. Now I'm going to do a border here as well as the strap within the same row. So the strap, the border is gonna go pretty much around all the way like this. But when we get here, we're going to be adding the strap at the same time so that we don't have to do it separately. Okay, so I will show you how to do that. So I have already completed my 6 rows here. So of course, make sure you have the amount of rows that you require for your bikini cup, the bikini top cup. And when you do have that, then at the ending of the final row, we're going to go ahead and do a chain of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to turn your work this way, and you're going to skip this stitch right here, and in the next one we're going to do a double crochet. So this is very similar with the bordering that we did for the bikini bottom. Then you're going to chain 1, skip this stitch here, in the next one do your double crochet, and then you're just going to continue that all along the side here. So nothing different from what we did with the bikini bottom bordering. Okay, so I'm going to do these all the way to the top, and when we get to the top, we're going to do something a little bit different. So I'm going to keep you guys here just so we can get to that point where I will show you how to do what I'm talking about, the little bit of a different variation there. And then we're going to do the strap as well, and just going to continue to do this. Okay, and don't forget to skip a stitch in between them, and don't forget to do a chain 1 between them either, and that is how you get these like lines at the as a border here. So it's very simple, and we just want to create something that is going to be a match to our bikini bottom. Okay, so as you can see here, I have 1 more to go. So I'm skipping this stitch, and in this stitch here I'm going to do my double crochet. And now this is the stitch here, I'm going to skip that stitch and go right into the middle. So I'm going to do my chain 1, and right in the middle here, this gap, I'm going to do 2 double crochet stitches. So that's 1 and then 2. Okay, so and then from here on I'm going to do the strap. So this is how it would look like, but I'm going to do the strap here, and I'm going to do a chain of 80. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, my lovely, so I have completed the chain of 80 here. So as you can see, that is how long it is. And now I'm going to work backwards to do my slip stitches to make the chain a little bit thicker. And by the way, if you do not want to do that and just want your chain to be this thin, then you would have done the 2 double crochets in the same stitch here, chain 1, 2 more double crochets, then chain 1, and then continue to do the what we did on this side, which is skipping this stitch, going into that stitch, and doing double crochet and then chain 1. And you would do that on this side without creating the chain, and then you would have to do this chain on here separately after. But since we're working these slip stitches to make it thicker, we just do it as part of the same continuous work. Okay, so to do my slip stitches down the chain, I'm just gonna go right into the very next chain after the chain 1 here, after the hook, and I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the back of that stitch. Okay, just like that, and I'm going to do a slip stitch here, and make sure you're pulling so your stitches are not loose, just like that. Then I'm going to go into the next stitch and do a slip stitch, and then go into the next stitch and do a slip stitch, and then we just continue to do this all the way down the chain. So this does take a little bit of a longer time because I'm going through the back of the chain. It's probably easier if you go through just the first loop of the chain. Like if you went just like this, into this, into this, into this, it would be easier. But I prefer to do it like this because it creates a little bit of a nice and rounded chain or strap like this. It looks nice and rounded and not kind of like flattened, because if you go just in the front, it look more like a flatter type of a strap. Okay, so I'm just gonna continue to do this all the way to the end, and when you have the very final last chain to go, come back and I will show you guys how to then continue putting it back into the body of the bikini top here, and then working on the other side. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so as you can see here, I have done the slip stitching on my strap. So this is how my strap looks like, and I have one more stitch to do at the end here before we go back into the cup and do the bordering as we did on this side. And this is gonna be the easy part, and then we're gonna do the bottom as well, and that will pretty much complete this part of one cup, and then we repeat the same thing and do the second. Okay, so I have one more stitch here to do a slip stitch on, so I'm just gonna go ahead into it and grab the back and do my final slip stitch there. And as you can see now, I have to do the other 2 double crochets here, so I'm just gonna yarn over, go right into that stitch and do my 3rd double crochet, and then go back into it and do my 4th double crochet. Okay, so as you can see here, this is how this middle should look like. You have 2 on this side, you have your separation here where your strap goes, and then you have the other 2 here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and carry on to the other side. I'm going to chain 1, I'm going to skip this stitch here, and in this stitch I'm going to do my double crochet. Okay, so this is going to be matching this side here. Okay, and then I'm going to do a chain of 1 and skip this stitch, and in the next one do a double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, do a double crochet, and again you continue to do this all the way until you get to the end here. So do that, and when you come back I will show you how to go around this corner here, along this corner here, and continue to do the same thing to this side. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, so I am at the end here. So as you can see, that's where I did my last double crochet. I'm going to chain one and do one right in the corner here. So we're just gonna go right into the corner stitch here and do one. We're going to chain one, and then we're going to pivot our work like this and do another one right there. Okay, so this corner should have one, and then one right in the middle and one on the other side of that. Then we're going to chain one, and then pretty much repeat this along the bottom of the cup here. So we're just going to go into every stitch, and on this side the stitches you're using is pretty much rows. Okay, and that's going to help you determine the distance between each of your double crochet stitches that you're doing along the side here. And you're going to do this again all the way to this top here, to this bottom here. And when you get to that corner, we're going to do one at this side here and then slip stitch to the top of this so that it looks like this side here. And that's going to be it. And then we just do a strap that connects the two in the bottom, and the strap is going to be done kind of very similar to this. So I'm not going to quite show you how to do the whole thing on camera because we have done it for the straps here, but of course you still have the second cup to do. So when we finish this one, I will work on my second one offline, and then you will do the same obviously, and then when we come back we will have our 2 cups completed, which is pretty much what our bikini. Let me just correct this here. We're going to go into this one here. Okay, so I'm just going to show you to the end here since we're here already. And then one is going to go right here. Okay, and now what I will do is I will chain one, then I will slip stitch it to the second last stitch of this here. Okay, so I'll slip stitch that here. So now you have this one in the middle and that one. Okay, and that is going to be the end of this here. And what you can just do with your stitches is, or with your cup, is just pull it a little bit like this to give it a nice shape like that. So that is pretty much one of the cups completed. I'm going to snip these off here. Okay, just a little bit like that. And then I'm going to do a slip stitch to lock that in for now like that. Okay, so this is pretty much one cup completed. So this is pretty much the size for me that is going to be full coverage for my bikini. Okay, we can weave these later, weave in later. And so if you're looking to do obviously a lot, not too much of a coverage for your cup, then you would do less rows here before you do your bordering. And if you want to have even more coverage than what I have here, then you would continue to do more rows before the bordering. But that's pretty much how one cup looks so far. Okay, so go ahead and recreate this with the second one. So repeat exactly what we did here, and make sure you do this exact same number of rows. We have one row that is just a straight row here, and then we have 6 rows that are like this. As you can see, this is the one row at the beginning in the middle here, and then we have the one which I consider this to be the first full row, second full row, third full row, which is double. There are 6 total. Okay, so with that done, you come back, and when you have your 2 cups completely and exactly the same like this, come back and I will show you how to do the straps that will end up going here and connecting your second one to this one. Okay, all right, so I'll see you guys when you have your 2 cups done. Okay, my lovelies, I have completed my 2 cups here. So as you can see, these are the 2 cups completed. If you put them together like this, they're exactly the same. One is not bigger than the other. The straps are all completed here. So this is also something that is important to do. Make sure it's the exact same like this. Okay, and when you have that done, then you're going to go ahead and you can weave in all of your ends now, or you can do that at the end, but all of this will need to be weaved in. But for now, I'm going to put this on the side so I can start the strap. that it's going to go and weave here and tie to your back. Okay, so if, and this is going to be so that it's actually loose, like you can move the bottom of this with the strap going through it. If you don't like your bikini to be flexible where it can move in and out like this, make sure then you can tie these here, and then you do your strap. So you can join these two sections here in the middle. You can either tie them with this string that is that you have left from each of the sides, and then you will have your string going through it, or you can leave it like this. I'm going to leave mine like this so that you can kind of adjust your bra cup however you want. If it slips to the side, you can kind of pull it back and it's flexible. So that is a choice for you to do if you want to do that or not. Okay, so I'm gonna put these on the side, and then I'm gonna start by doing a chain that we will create the strap that goes to the front of the bikini all the way to the back. And to do that, I'm not going to show you too much. I'm just going to do a long chain. So I'll probably do a chain that is like 120 to 150. And then we're going to work down that chain by doing our slip stitches to create this consistency that we have here. Okay. And when you have your long chain done, come back. Make sure you weave in the ends for these as well before you come back. And when you come back, I will just show you how to put the strap in, and that will be the end of the project. So I'm gonna go ahead and create my strap here, and then I'll meet you guys when you're done. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed the strap here for the bikini bottom, or the bikini top, but the bottom part of it. And this is how long my strap is, and as you can see, it's the same consistency as that. So I will just quickly show you how to weave these in. And for the cups, it doesn't matter what side you flip it into. All sides are the exact same, so that is a good thing. But what I pretty much do is I start by putting the strap into this space here. Okay, and then I just pretty much loop it through the these holes in here, and I obviously pull it as I go, and you just go into the next and you pull it in there, and you go into the next here. Okay, so you just pretty much weave it along the bottom of both the cups here, just like that. And when that's all done, your bikini top is completed. Okay, so there's nothing too complicated. It's a pretty simple project, and I hope you guys are liking it. Those of you who wanted to make a bikini set, I hope you like it. So this is how one of the sides will look after you have weaved in the bottom. So it looks like that, and then you just carry on and do the same on this side. And don't forget to make sure you start from the very corner here so that it doesn't look wonky or like kind of crooked. Okay, so I'm gonna do this all the way to the end here as well, to this end here. And when I have that completed, obviously I will show you how it looks like. Okay, my lovely, so this is how you weave in the strap in the bottom here. And like I said again, I love that this is flexible. You can kind of pull it apart if you want it to kind of give you more of a cleavage in here, or you can pull them together. This is all going to be a flexibility that will make it more fun to be able to wear this bikini top. And these are the straps up here, so this will kind of loop around your back and be able to tie behind your back, and then of course covering your breast here, and then these two straps will tie behind your back. So this is awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video to the end. So if you're here, it means you obviously watched the video to the end, and please go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. And for those of you who have not seen the bikini bottom video that I did previously, this is it here. The video for this will be in the link of this, and I'll link the video of the bottom to the link to the video of the top, and vice versa, so just so you can find it easily if you don't have it. But this is pretty much the matching bikini bottom for that, and it's a full coverage bikini bottom so that you don't have so that you have your back covered very nicely, for those of you who don't like to reveal too much when you're swimming somewhere. Okay, and of course this is the one that we just did now. So hopefully you had fun working on this with me, and if you did, I appreciate it. Make sure you leave a comment, make sure you like the video, and like I said, subscribe if you have not yet done so. Okay, I will do a few more bikinis this summer, since it's summertime, and hopefully you guys will be able to appreciate having some summer things coming up. And I'll also do some tops as well, for those of you who are looking to have some tops tutorials. Okay, but for now I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.